Hey everybody, it's Joel Tappin here, and this is going to be our fourth and final episode looking at Vijayanagara by GMT Games, and we've been playing this one just about every night this week. Couldn't get into it last night, so we're going to finish it up here this morning. Now, I'm going to try a new microphone. I've had some issues with my last mic, tried to clean up the sound, so we're going to be experimenting with a new microphone here today. When we last left things, the score is really tight, and we double check scoring, so we know it. We're good and accurate. Delhi is trailing by 1 point. Vijay and Bakhmani are both tied 10, and we're ready to start the next card. So we're going to go ahead and draw an event, and we see an uprising in Dalalabad. And this is a stay eligible event, replacing governors adjacent to Devagiri with rebelling emirs and remove a tributary marker in one of the affected provinces. So Devagiri, where is that? That's right up here. Ooh, that's a good one. I don't see any governors up there that we can grab, though. And furthermore, Bakhmani is not eligible, so I guess we could move on to the Delhi faction. Helps if you look at the the display there. I guess I just assumed that everybody was eligible. All right, well, that simplifies things. In one province adjacent to Devagiri, replace an emir with a governor to place a tributary marker. Well, that's pretty nasty, so let's go ahead and do that. We're going to return him to available. We're going to go ahead and dispatch governor, and then we're going to remove the tributary marker, or the control marker, make this tributary. These guys become obedient. Control doesn't really matter now. It can surely rebel again, but victory now flip-flops. And that's a stay eligible event for the Delhi faction. Now, we'll see if that benefits Delhi at all. Vijay is going to get to go, and we've got a situation where we're set up for a rebellion here to put them in a good lead. Almost want to get some more troops on board or get more of my commanders, but I know my influence is vulnerable, being in position here at Maharashtra, where if the Bakhmani attack me, they're probably going to win that battle, and we'll flip flop on influence. So maybe looking at I think it might not hurt to go ahead, rebel, and do a gathering of resources decree, which for Vijayanagara would be taxation. I always get taxation, trade, and the one that Delhi uses mixed up. The terminology is somewhat different. For Delhi, it's collect tribute. All right, so I think I'm just going to go ahead and do that. I think that's not a bad play. He rebels. This goes independent. We'll place Vijayanagara control. So Vijay control goes up 1, and Delhi goes back down 1, and then resources go down 1. Okay. Next, I want to tax, and to do that, I'll make sure I get it right. We're going to gain equal to the control prosperity plus the temples. All right, so 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's pretty good. 9, so I'll just move it backwards 1 and then forward 10. That's how I count. So there we go. We're going to go ahead then, and I didn't put any pawns down. I did bind that to the escape key after our last session. I'll go ahead and adjust eligibility and draw our next card. And Delhi gets to have the first option here. Now, if Bakhmani uses this, let's look at the cost. They would place up to 2 Rajas and Emirs, gain a total of 3 resources and or cavalry. Tamilakam, where is Tamilakam? Oh, that's way the heck down here. Well, that's not bad. I think I'm going to go ahead and do that. I think that's another good event for Delhi. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So now Delhi has control. That costs victory. That doesn't improve victory for Delhi, but it degrades it for Vijayanagara and a governor. So let's just kind of rearrange and make sure they stay in the province. Put these guys down here like that. I think that works best. Okay. Well, that set them back a little bit, and then we get 1, 2, 3, and you know what? I'm going to only gain 1 resource and 2 cavalry because I already have I'm pretty flush with resources, so I think I'm okay there. All right, another good event for them. Now Bakhmani gets to do something, and geez, it might not be a bad idea to go ahead and do that. Do like a limited attack here. Kind of leaning toward a. On the other hand, it's early. Maybe a taxation or a trade wouldn't hurt because I could also build a fort up in the Rajput kingdoms. Oh no, I can't do that and trade. I think I'm going to go ahead and do the command plus the decree. And we're going to go ahead. I think I want to attack here. And I think I want to then gather resources. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Well, that's going to be a net plus 5 resources. So I'll put them up to 9, let's say. 8. Okay, and we'll do the attack. We can include up to 2 guys from here. So we've got 5 troops. We'll count it as 5. So 4 dice. And that's going to be enough to wipe them out without me even spending any cavalry. So I think I'm just going to go ahead and do that. Vijay defense is a 5 and a 2. And I'm going to screen away the 2. I also forgot to get my cavalry. Tell you what, let's back everything up. I'll show you why in just a second here. Let's back everything up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I'm not doing this in light of the attack. I know I'm going to win this attack, so I just want to make sure I sequence this properly. I gathered resources. I was just trying to do everything quick, and I didn't sequence things properly. So look, we're just going to do the attack. That costs us 1 resource, so we're down to 2 resources. We do the attack. I'm going to screen away their die. They had a 2 and a 5, and I'm screening away the 2. And they could use both of their cavalry and still not achieve a hit, so they're going to both die. They could screen away something too, but I scored 3 solid hits, and they could only, well, I suppose they could screen away. They're still going to lose the battle. I think for Vijay, they're still going to lose the battle. Best to hold on to the cavalry. So we're going to go ahead and return him to available. Remove those guys from play. They don't take any hits. Influence, flip-flops. Here's why. Here is why I did that. And victory drops 1 for Vijay, up 1 for Bakhmani. Now, having done that, we're going to collect resources from our trade. So we have, counting the red pawns, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'm going to get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, so we're back up to 8 resources. But I get cavalry, and because my influence is in this box, I get 3 cavalry. That is why we should sequence things carefully. All right, that's it. I think that positions them well in terms of both resources, cavalry for the future. So double checking their victory. They're now at 3 for influence, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And that is not where we show on the track. All right, let's double check. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Yeah, they should be at 10 VPs. Well, they were. Okay, I was just reading it wrong. They are at 10. Never mind. We're correct. Okay, they're in the lead. We're going to go ahead and we got rid of our pawns. We're going to go ahead and draw the next event. Whoops, just eligibility. Draw the next event, and it is the last great king of the Hoysalas. 2 cavalry, and may remove a tributary marker in place up to 2 Rajas adjacent to Vijayanagara. Well, that doesn't exactly help. The cavalry, it's not a state eligible. Shoot, it's a really good thing that Bakhmani cleared him out of there, because that would have given Vijay control of that region and more cavalry to boot. So that was expedient for Bakhmani to make that attack there. This event could have hurt them quite a bit. Let's look at what we've had buried here. If I don't do this event, Delhi gets to place 3 cavalry, may place 4 troops in a governor province adjacent to Vijayanagara and demand obedience there. So this event could cost me control of Andhra. And I don't exactly want that to happen. So I have to undertake something that will prevent Delhi from making use of that event. I think it was one of the early cards I drew. I don't remember which card it was. I think it was Of Gods and Kings. Let's try that one. Yeah, this is the event that I played earlier. Let me make sure I do this correctly. Allowed me to draw a random out-of-play event card, place it near the available box. Once, this faction may execute the new event in place of one on a future card. I think I've been handling this kind of wrong. I think because I am first eligible on this card, I may now play this card that I've been holding on to. I think I'm going to do that because that places my pawn here and disallows Delhi from going there and using this particular event. All right, I'm going to let the designers correct me. They've been following these videos, so I'm going to let the designers correct me if I got this wrong, but that's how I'm going to handle it. So we're finally going to get to use our wishing well here. For Vijay, you get +1 influence in Orissa or one adjacent province, may free migrate, free rally, then build. Orissa or one adjacent province. Okay. Let's get the influence first of all. So that gives us our 2 Rajas back. It gives us our 1 victory back. So we're tied with Bakhmani again. Then in adjacent to Orissa, may free migrate, then free rally, then free build. I kind of like in or adjacent to Orissa would allow me to take maybe one of these guys out of Andhra, migrate into Gondwa, free migrate. Now, with the migration, because I'm migrating into a spot with a Bakhmani, I can pay a resource to knock down their influence and boost my own. And I am going to do that. Which Degrades the victory, improves my own. Cost me 1 resource to do that. Right, and then free rally there. Free migrate, free migrate, free rally, free build. The rally only gives me 1 token there, or 1 of my Rajas there. And then free build gives me my last temple. That puts us in a very strong position, gives us another VP. We're positioned to rebel there as well. All right. That was, I think, a good use of that. And then we'll see if we did that right or wrong. We'll find out. All right, Delhi. Few concerns. When Timurid comes out, let's try to understand what's going to happen here. Looking at, whoops, the Mongols. We want to look at the bottom here. I think when the first one comes out, we take half, but I can't remember if it's rounded up or rounded down. I think it's going to be rounded. I think it's going to be rounded up. So I think 4 guys are going to come out of here. So I need to start thinking about preparing to receive that attack. But I'm also in a position to demand obedience and Tamilakam. I'm probably going to lose one of these others. I have the ability to pick this one up right now. I think that that's probably a good play to make. And at the same time, I can put some troops in Andhra to take control away from the Vijayanagara faction. So I think I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to go ahead and conscript just the 1 time there, and I think I'm going to demand obedience here. So if I can, I don't think I can demand obedience in more than 1 place, can I? Oh, I can. All right, let's first of all conscript. Because I have a Kasbah here, that's going to give me 2 troops. And that's 4, 5, 6. Hey, look at that. I've got control. How about them apples? And then I think I can go ahead, and that's going to cost me 1 resource. And then I can demand obedience. You know what? Shoot. I think it's too far gone to back it up, but I forgot. When you demand obedience, you get resources out of it equal to the prosperity of that area. It's the last step. Flip all rebellion units to obedient. You gain resources equal to province prosperity. Shoot. I probably should have gotten 1 here. I'm going to go ahead and correct that. I think I can go ahead and correct that back up to 8. That's the only time I can remember demanding obedience in the game. All right, now we're going to spend a resource to do the 1 conscription. I don't think I want to conscript anymore. I want to conserve my resources. You know what? Maybe I will. Maybe I will go ahead and put 2 more troops into Malwa for 1, because I'm going to get resources here too. I'm just being really careful with resources because I think that they're going to evaporate really fast on me. So, all right, those are my 2 rallies or conscription actions, and then the demand obedience. I can't quite. Let's see, I don't control that. Let's see. Yeah, shoot. I'm very close to being able to achieve. If I had I can't anyways. I need a governor, so I'm going to go ahead and let that go. All right. I was considering putting a troop cube in here to remove control from the Bahmani, but let's not provoke too much danger here. All right. We'll go ahead and demand obedience. So we'll make this tributary, and whoops, make this one tributary. That is going to give me 2 resources. It is also going to remove 2 victory points from Vijay. It's going to improve Delhi victory points by 2. And we'll flip these guys over to obedient, get rid of the pawns, and that is that. Just eligibility. Well, hey, there's the Timurids. Here we go. Buckle up. Had half the Mongol invaders rounding down, only 3. Okay, so I was wrong about that. So that's going to be 1, 2, and 3. I did adjust the way that the module adjusts form stacking so that they offset a little bit more to the horizontal. Makes it a little bit easier to count when you're zoomed out. All right, I think that's all you do there, and then we continue play. All right, now we are in sudden death mode. There is 1 card here that's active. 3 on one of these last 3 cards is the last card of the game. The Timurid invasion will commence. So we're up against the clock now. Bakhmani's got to make a push. I got to hurt the Delhi faction quickly or they're going to win. Diabolical, man. I'm poised to do at least 1 adjacent to Chittor. That doesn't help me. Well, it does allow me to stay eligible. Place 4 Rajas adjacent to Chittor. I think that probably helps me the most. Because that sets up a rebellion opportunity there. All right. All right, here we go. I think that's all I'm going to do with that. So we'll just go ahead and adjust eligibility and then draw the event. We're all eligible now. And the commercial port of Goa. Faction with the greatest number of pieces adjacent to Goa removes up to 3 opposing units adjacent to Goa and gets 2 resources. Well, Goa is right here, and so Vijay is going to have the most pieces. So does this help them? Remove up to 3 opposing units and gain 2 money. That doesn't really help them at all. Vijayanagara has to get back into the high victory column here by hurting. I think I'm going to do a limited command, and I'm going to march these guys down into Tamilakam. All right, marching them down into Tamilakam. I realized that I could march enough guys in here to gain control, but I would pretty much be stripping my home province. I'm not sure that getting into a spitting contest with Bakhmani at this stage is beneficial to either of us. I think it just helps Delhi. So that's my play. 1 resource down, and we'll stay eligible. Next up, Bakhmani gets to go, and we're going to do some rebellion. We're going to have to do multiple rebellions. So we're going to rebel, and rebel. Is there anything else? Maybe we can build too. Let's see. Yeah, I think build's probably my best bet. Conspire 1 or 2 province with a Bakhmani piece, replace a governor with an emir. I don't think that actually helps me any more than building a fort helps me more directly, I think. So we'll go ahead and rebel here. And that's -1 wrong resources. -1 resource, -1 victory, +1 victory. Then we'll do one up here. This is a big one. That's going to be -1 resource, -2 victory, +2 victory. So this is a Bakhmani surge. Pretty much putting all my eggs in this basket. This is maybe their last go. Probably their last go. So trying to make it count. One more. Whoops, I keep doing the wrong resource. -1 resource, -1 victory, +1 victory. And whoops, these guys are all rebellious now. There we go. And then we're going to build a fort in the place that's probably the most vulnerable to losing control here for yet one more VP. Surged way out there. Okay, Delhi gets to go. You know what's coming. Anything that they can do to undo control, I think, is beneficial. I mean, you're probably going to lose this province here. The event is absolutely useless for them, so I think we're only going to be able to act in one space. So we're going to do the state eligible act in one space ability. And gee whiz, they have what? 4, 2, 3. I think moving these guys in here, marching in here. I think that's what I can do, right? March. Yes, we can. Okay, just want to make sure we can march. All right, 1 resource. We're going to march into Gujarat with enough troops to force them to lose control. I don't know that I will get the opportunity to place a governor and gain control. I don't want to overdo it, set up a rebellion opportunity here. So that's my thinking. It's just enough to take away control, make it uncontrolled. And that's going to cost 2 victory points. So they're back down to 12. That's quite a surge by Bakhmani. Just eligibility and draw the event. Oh, there it is. Oh, man. Well, I don't really think we need to even play this out. Bakhmani's going to win. But let's just, for the sake of fun, do it. So let's go ahead and carry out the final act. Wow, this was a bit surprising. All right, sequence of play for the Mongol Timurid invasion, I should say. Mongols attacking the mountain passes with no plunder. So they're going to roll 4 dice. 6, 2, 4, 5. So all of a sudden, I can't remember if they get to use the Mongol. Well, let me scroll and find it. Mongol invaders. I'm going to say it does apply. This is Timurid, but they're using Mongol troops. So I'm going to say this is Mongol invaders and they can use it. So let's just make it simple. And if I'm wrong, I'll accept the corrective admonishment. Okay, so they're going to throw these dice and get, so ultimately they just going to use the charge on one of them to get 3 hits. The defender now can roll his dice, of course, 2 dice. Both of them are going to be misses, but we're going to need to make them into hits. So we're going to use 2 cavalry here in the mountain passes to score 2 hits. And that'll get rid of 2 of these guys. And then all of these guys die. Then we go ahead and we take everybody. If there's any Delhi troops, they would all get moved into the Punjab, and we do this again. And they're going to wipe us out. Defense rolls 2 hits. Now, I could screen away some stuff. But I don't think that particularly helps me, so I'm going to go ahead and take the 2 hits. or I'm going to take the wipeout and just, I mean, the 2 hits we scored, they're doing their job, and then it's a wipeout. Then these guys move into Delhi, and this is the one that really matters. We need to wipe them all out to have a better score than what we currently have. This is totally fruitless, by the way. It's a foregone conclusion. I don't think we can wipe them out now that I think about it. All right, a 6 and a 3. We can use our cavalry to turn one of them into a hit. So they're going to take 2 hits, and they're going to wipe out, well, I'll screen away one of theirs, so they'll inflict 3 hits on me. So, whoops. 1, 2, 3. And that's where it's going to all end. That's it, except the suffering. Okay. Delhi adjusts its victory to 3 minus number of invaders left to Delhi. So they could lose VPs there. You could lose up to 3, or you can gain up to 3 points there. They're going to gain 1. But let's double check the scoring first. Let's see. Delhi's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And that is truly what it reflects. We will increase it by 1 due to the aftermath of the Timurid invasion. They weather it okay, I suppose. Vijayanagara has 3 influence, so 3 plus 4, 5, 6 for control, and then 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 for temples. Looks like the score isn't quite right, so let me double check that. That's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, they're missing 1, so let's correct that. Such a close game. Wow. Only 1 point separating the 2 rebel factions, let's call them that. Bakhmani, let's just double check. They have 2 influence for 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 for control, 9, 10, 11, 12. They win by 1 point. Wow, what a close game. There was I need, in order for Delhi to win the game, they needed to be able to go on that last card. No guarantee they would have been able to win, but it would have perhaps helped them to have that last card. So 1 card was not used there. I don't think the event would have been particularly useful, but what Delhi wanted to do is place a governor and then demand obedience in the Gujarat. That would have given them 2 more victory points here. Still not enough to win necessarily, but maybe along with that, you rally in Bengal, take away 2 of the Bahmani tokens there. Well, then Vijay probably wins the game. But who knows? They could have rolled, maybe they rolled better in the combat with the Timurids. Maybe you rally some more, well, I don't think more troops would have actually helped, except to maybe give access to more cavalry. You got to whittle down their forces in the passes in the Punjab is what you got to do. They can't get 4 cubes into Delhi at the end because you got to wipe them all out in order to really make the victory point score there. Well, I hope you enjoyed this playthrough. I hope you see what kind of a game that you're getting with Vijayanagara. I hope you enjoy this. And as always, I'm Joel Toppin. Hope you enjoy the video and the channel. Subscribe if you like this kind of content. The module, I've made the last of the tweaks. I just got to do one last thing, put some module instructions in the module. There'll be a little drop down right here. It says quick start, component help, etc. There will be a little entry here that says module instructions to kind of help facilitate new players. If you forget how I did things in the module, those instructions are in there. It's a pretty self-explanatory module. I hope to release that today, and then subject to the admin's approval, whenever that happens, either tonight or tomorrow, this will be available to download. So hope you enjoy this, and we'll see you next time.